Instant wealth. It's a tempting idea, isn't it? There are thousands of promises for sale online, and most of them are empty. They're sold by a cohort of self-proclaimed mentors, coaches, and gurus, all promising health, wealth, and happiness, but whose expensive courses prove to be little more than trite, recycled advice. How the hell did we get here?
Do you understand the mindset of why so many people call you a scam artist?
Yes.
Motivational speakers just blow a lot of hot air.
So yes, I understand the scam artist thing.
Do you understand it? Do you
Yes.
understand the psychology of average people? I'm a motivational speaker.
Yes,
They
yes.
always lie to us.
Yes.
A grain of rice. I started with a grain of rice. Today I own testing.
Yeah. I started with a teaspoon, now I have a restaurant.
Do you want to make $10,000 a month using nothing but your laptop? Chances are you can't, unfortunately. But that won't stop thousands of online gurus trying to sell you on the idea that it's easy. All you need to do is join their free training, take their course, and if you put in the work, success can be all yours. But can it? Really? I mean, if you spend enough time on the internet, you've almost certainly come across a get-rich-quick guru. One way or the other. They're a bit hard to miss. Their adverts are filled with the signals of their success. Private jets, fast cars, extravagant mansions, and for a good measure, the occasional stack of cash. The basic pitch is always the same. They've found the secret to success and are willing to share it with you.
Media marketing. They'll pay you because these old people that own businesses, they know how to run business, but don't know anything about Instagram, Snapchat, email marketing. So I created a course. I'm gonna put a link. Click the link below. It might be above or somewhere up here. Click it. I got a free presentation that you can sign up for. It's quick and easy. It'll explain to you this. I think this is the biggest trend of 2017, especially if you're starting out and you've never had your own business, you don't know what to do, you feel overwhelmed. Trust me.
It could be drop shipping, affiliate marketing, coaching, consulting, forex trading, property flipping, high ticket sales, or even just a good old positive mindset. It almost doesn't matter because this is not really what's on offer. What they're really offering you is the promise to becoming a millionaire, the promise of success, the promise of a Lamborghini in your garage.
Here in my garage.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge. In fact, I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new bookshelves that I had to get installed to hold 2,000 new books that I bought.
Jokes aside, can success genuinely be distilled into neatly packaged courses? Does substance lurk beneath the gloss and glitter of these gurus' opulent lifestyles? And curiously, why do we witness self-made millionaires and accomplished individuals peddling their wisdom in the guise of online courses? The answer? Where should I begin?
Take the modern world, where people are trying to teach you how to come in and trade actively in stocks. Well, I regard that as roughly equivalent to trying to induce a bunch of young people to start off on heroin. It is really stupid. And when you're already rich, to make your money by encouraging people to get rich. Then there are people on the TV, and they say, I have this book that will teach you how to make 300% a year. And all you have to do is pay for shipping, and I will mail to you. How likely is it that a person who had suddenly found a way to make 300% a year would be trying to sell books on the internet to you?
My obsession with gurus started here. Now, I'm going to ask the same question again, which is by far the most important. If they're already such successful millionaires, why are they selling courses? And I want you to watch the comment section, right? You'll definitely have a few people saying that information is valuable, or vague comments like money is never enough. And I do get where they're coming from, but hear me out. The alchemist who discovers how to turn tin into gold stays at home growing their hoard, not making webinars about it. Okay, let me make that a bit more relatable. Elon Musk isn't teaching you how to make billions from electric cars. Jeff Bezos isn't teaching you how to drop ship. Larry Ellison isn't teaching you how to profit from computer software. Or is he? Show me a course sold by Warren Buffett where he actively teaches an average Joe like you and I how to invest in the stock market, and I'll let you win this argument. None, right? So what is all this then?
The ludicrousness of just one piece of advice that will change your life. I think it's so stupid. I mean, when you actually experience life, you realize how absurd this is.
Perhaps to understand the influence of New Age gurus, we would have to go back to where it all began. To a time when the seeds were sown that would eventually grow into the sprawling landscape of self-help, personal development, and the guru economy that we see today. Let's set the clock back to the 19th century, a time when the world was on the brink of a remarkable transformation. In the midst of this historical backdrop emerges a man named Phineas Quimby, a clockmaker by trade. Quimby found himself delving into the questions that would reshape not just his own life, but also lay the groundwork of the entire movement. He was an avid enthusiast of metaphysics, exploring the intricacies of reality and the immense potential held within the human mind. Quimby's work led to the inception of the New Thought movement, a collection of philosophies centered around self-improvement, positivity, and harnessing the power of one's thoughts to shape reality. This marked a pivotal shift away from the prevailing dogmas of the time, as Quimby propagated the idea that an individual's thoughts and beliefs could influence their health, success, and overall destiny. It was a revolutionary notion that the mind, an intangible force, could have such tangible effects. The rise of the New Thought ideologies marked a departure from traditional worldviews that attributed success or failure to external forces. Instead, it emphasized the idea that the key to achieving one's desires lay within themselves. This philosophy resonated deeply with those who sought to take control of their lives and destinies. The core tenets of New Thought gave birth to the ideas that continue to echo in the modern guru economy. Concepts like law of attraction, which posits that like attracts like, gain traction, promising that by focusing one's thoughts on positivity and success, those very outcomes would manifest. Additionally, the prosperity gospel found its place within the New Thought, asserting that financial success and personal well-being were not just attainable, but were the rightful rewards of a positive mindset. The influence of early figures in this movement went beyond their time. The ideas propagated by figures like Ralph Waldo Trine and Napoleon Hill set the stage for the next wave of thought leaders, who would shape the guru landscape, but perhaps none had as profound an impact as Dale Carnegie. Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, became a cornerstone of success literature. While not explicitly a New Thought text, its principles were deeply rooted in the movement's ideologies. Carnegie emphasized interpersonal skills and techniques to reshape one's identity for success. His work was reminiscent of the strategies used by salesmen who had perfected the art of persuading people to buy into their products and ideas. Starting today, you are a brand, wrote Peters and Fast Company in 1997. Start today, or else. If the 20th century saw us commodifying others for our personal gain, the turn of the 21st saw the emergence of the personal brand, an explicit call to commodify ourselves. While the idea of personal branding goes further back, it is Peters' article that is credited with making the term popular. In the 10 years that followed Peters' article, a lot would change.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem.
The internet.
It is called internet.
One of the first and most influential figures to realize the enormity of the internet was Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk, known as Gary V, mastered entrepreneurship from his family's liquor store roots and swiftly embraced the digital wave. Ahead of his time, he championed the idea that anyone, perhaps even you, could achieve online stardom. His 2009 bestseller, Crush It, boiled down the formula: leverage the internet's power, shape a brand around your personality, craft compelling narratives, and harvest the rewards. Parallel to Peters' ideas, Vaynerchuk preached that everyone should be their own brand. His verdict: wrap your personality into a sellable package, trade likes and shares for cash, and capitalize on influence. The surge of influencers coincided with platforms like Facebook and TikTok, fueling aspirations of fame, status, and wealth. Yet, amid the rush of self-branding, verification crumbled, giving unchecked claims and potential full of it personalities unchecked prominence.
All my loser friends think they're going to be the CEOs of companies because this guy is telling them there's a business inside of everyone, and there's not. There's just not a business inside of everybody. There's a lot of people that just shouldn't be, like, you know, that should just fall in line. Fall in line. We don't need everyone thinking that they're going to be the next CEO.
Right, but he's got to send the message out there as if everyone can be. That way the people that are listening and get it, the people that get it, like, they're like, okay, he's saying everyone can, that means me, I'm going to go for it, and then they make it.
And I appreciate him doing that, but I need to send the message that most people can't.
A lot of people can't.
So in the same way that he has a message, I have a message, and my message is, it's not going to happen, and he has the, but it's also, there's no specific guidance with a lot of these guys, not only him, but he'll say things like, you could talk about it, or you could do it, but you better do both. And it's like, well, what's the it? Like he tweeted once, he goes, ideas are shit. It's all about execution. It's like, execute what? What are we going to do? I need help. My kids are sick. Execute what? Can you text me? Do I meet you somewhere? How do we start this? How do we build these businesses?
The naive or cynical among us may wonder out loud, what harm is all of this? After all, it's only a few people selling courses online. Sure, they might not be all that useful, but hey, even a stop clock tells the right time twice a day, right? And these courses might actually be helpful to some people. They also let a handful of enterprising characters make a few bucks, and well, it's a free market after all. Is it really that bad? The short answer is yes, it is. It enriches charlatans, siphons money from the vulnerable, and tarnishes reputable educators by association. But hold up. Here's the thing. The guru economy thrives because of something crucial: trust. We willingly place our belief in these gurus, accepting that their wisdom holds value, and that by putting in the effort, we could achieve success. The alternative, perhaps too unsettling to ponder. If these gurus prove to be wrong, it implies that control over our health, wealth, and happiness slips from our grasp, and we're left powerless. Well, the reality is trust in others is often complex, but without it, we'd find ourselves endlessly scrutinizing every transaction, every interaction, of which is somewhat time-consuming and exhausting. Trust might lead us to invest in a fictional paradise, yet it's also the foundation upon which a modern world brimming with opportunities has been constructed. The late magician Ricky Jay, who had a fascination with con artists, once remarked that he wouldn't want to exist in a world where he couldn't be deceived, for such a world would lack belief in anyone or anything. I guess my final question to you is, would you want to live in a world where you couldn't be conned?